How many times have you told yourself, I'll start tomorrow? Tomorrow, I will wake up early. Tomorrow, I will go to the gym and start my workout. Tomorrow, I will focus on my work and do different. And when tomorrow comes, you don't feel like doing it. So you delay it again. And this cycle continues. And that's why today's episode is about discipline. The problem is not effort, it's what you do when it gets hard. This is the Channa Files, where we break down the corporate lessons, career growth strategies, and life habits that actually work. No fluff, just real stories, real insights, and practical takeaways you can use right now. Most people think they fail because they don't know what to do. But because you don't feel like doing it, that's where most people fail. Not lack of knowledge, but lack of control. This is where people don't realize they are losing. Not in big mistakes, but in small moments. For example, you open your laptop to work, but first you check your Instagram for 2 minutes. That 2 minutes becomes 20 minutes. It does happen. You have an important task, but you start with something easier because it feels comfortable. You plan to finish something today by end of the day. You will say, I will do it, but end of the day, you will say, I'll do it tomorrow. You get stuck on a problem. Instead of solving it, you avoid it. This don't look like failures, but repeat them daily and they become your pattern. Let's understand discipline. Discipline is not motivation. Discipline is not energetic. Discipline is not doing things perfectly every day. Discipline is doing what needs to be done even when your mind is resisting it. In simple words, discipline starts exactly where motivation ends. Let's bring this to our office life. You get your feedback from your manager. What is your first reaction? They don't understand my work. This is unfair with me. Don't we? Don't you all come across or feel like this sometimes? That's natural. But discipline is listening without reacting, understanding before responding, improving without ego. This is what people don't see, but leaders notice immediately. Now connect this to fitness. Most people think discipline is lifting heavy, doing intense workout. No, not at all. That's not true. Real discipline starts before the workout. Your morning alarm rings. You're half asleep. Your body feels very heavy. And your mind says, today, let me just take a rest and start tomorrow. That moment, that decision that you decide to stay or move, that's discipline. Now let's understand something deeper. When does discipline actually break? Not when things are easy, but when things become uncertain. Look at the world today. When we think about war, we imagine tanks, missiles, soldiers. That's the first thing that comes to our mind. But modern war is different. Today, countries are not just targeting borders. They are targeting data centers, digital infrastructure, technology systems. Because today, data is power. And when these things are affected, it does not stay there. It impacts companies. It impacts jobs. It impacts hiring and investments, projects, new ventures, everything. It creates uncertainty. And uncertainty creates panic with everyone. People start thinking, what will happen to my job? Will hiring stop? What about my future? But here is the truth. Panic is a reaction. Discipline is a response. There are Many things we cannot control: global conflicts, oil prices, international politics. These are all out of our hands. But there are things we can control: our skills, our discipline, our health, our mindset. And this is where fitness becomes powerful, not just for your body, but your mind. Because when you train regularly, your stress reduces, your focus improves, your mind becomes stable. Even simple routines like strength training, walking, running, this builds your mental state and it controls. They require emotional discipline, not reacting in panic, but staying steady under pressure. The world will remain unpredictable, but your discipline does not have to. Here is the uncomfortable truth: most people don't lack opportunity, they lack control. Control over the time, control over their attention, control over their reaction. Your career doesn't fail in one big mistake. It slowly fades through small, undisciplined actions, repeated every day. So, don't try to become perfectly disciplined. That never works. Just start here. Finish what you start. Do things when no one is watching. Control your reaction in difficult moments. That's real discipline. Not perfection, but control. Discipline is not about being perfect. It's about showing up even when your mind is trying to escape. In a world full of distraction, pressure, and uncertainty, if you can stay in control, you won't just survive, you will grow. Just remember this: control your day, or your day will control you. And the truth about discipline: it's not about perfection, it's about control. All right, that's for today's episode, the Channa Files. Thank you for watching. And remember, every weekend we are adding another lesson to help you grow in your career, fitness, and life. I will see you next time. Thank you.